Right, everybody, Manchester United 3, Porto 3 now. Harry Maguire might have just saved Eric Ten Hag's job, and what a goal it was. A huge game by Manchester United. It wasn't a great performance. I don't think we deserved to win. I think Porto are and were a very good side in the game. A lot of great chances created from them. In the first 20 minutes by Manchester United was really good. We really did show a threat, but listen, Eric Ten Hag will probably stay at the job now after that. That point was fantastic. Added goals in every single time. It's fantastic. People saying they still need to sack him. I think a very good performance. People questioned Eric Ten Hag changing the defensive line when we were winning the game, but listen, obviously worked out a great goal by Maguire. As I said, the first 20 minutes was very poor. I think Porto came into the game. They looked very confident, and they did create a lot of chances going into that. After that first 20-minute period, Porto got into the game. They scored United scored a very good goal. Great goal by Rashford. Some good build-up play. Though Rashford was very sharp. It was disappointing when he came off with it. Well, what reported was an injury. I think defensively, though, we were really poor. I think Martinez, again, and De Ligt, very underwhelming. I think when Maguire came on, he put himself in the line to start on the weekend. As I said, that Rashford goal was fantastic inside the first 10 minutes. To get a goal was really positive, and I think that was the most important thing in the game. Getting that early goal did massively help us. But you look at the momentum, you look at all the chances that Porto created on target, it just wasn't a very good sight. Now, the Højlund goal, very good goal, but again, it was just poor goalkeeping. And then obviously Maguire getting the goal 90+1. I think Samu, I think this striker is absolutely fantastic player. He was probably the man of the match in the whole game. Obviously Bruno Fernandes getting another red card. I think that was unfortunate, but still, listen, the fact that we get resilient, we got a draw at the end. I mean, we sit on 2 points out of a possible 6 in the Europa League. That isn't great, but Porto, very tough team to play against. Very good side. They had a lot of threat. United bottle jobs, in my opinion. I think you look at that first 20 minutes, we had all the momentum, and we should have got 2, 3, maybe 4 goals. We just couldn't get it. Now, as I said, it's going to be a tough couple of days now for United. It's not going to be an easy couple of weeks. But this game against Porto is done. It was a decent performance. I think you look at that midfield, very open. Ten Hag went with experience and the players that he can rely on in this game. In terms of Casemiro and Ugarte, and they did do a decent job Casemiro and Eriksen, they did do a very good job in there. There's moments where Casemiro did look lost. Bruno Fernandes, I think he was much more composed on the ball. And more calm on the ball, so it did help us in possession. Not having some players available did cost us, but I think the overall squad did put in a very good shift. As I said, Maguire for me was fantastic, and he deserves a lot of credit when he came on. I don't know what we're supposed to think, but for me, it wasn't the greatest performance by United. Maguire salvaged just a draw. Garnacho for me was fantastic. Never kept trying. But I'm happy with the fact that we got a draw. In this case, feels like a win. It is ultimately really good. It was just a typical United performance. Maguire comes up for the corner, wins it. But the first 45 minutes was really carnage. It summed up United's season. We created good chances, good bits in possession, but as well had that ability to give away mistakes. I think defensively, Onana, he could have done better on the goals. The one where he put it back into a danger area where Pepe just tapped it in. The second one, I don't think he could have done better. It was straight at him, but the amount of power and pace was on it, he just couldn't do anything. The third goal, great finish, top binge, we couldn't really do anything about it. But the most painful thing of the Ten Hag is the fact that we don't know which Manchester United we're going to get. The inconsistent part of it is really disappointing. We don't know how much we're going to get. We don't know how good we're going to get. And I'm hoping that as we go on, we really do start to see an identity. We've got 1 win out of 10 in Europe. We've conceded another 3+ goals in the game, which is really, really disappointing again. But I think we will continue to develop, and this is a big learning curve. Ten Hag will obviously use a lot of this. Some players were poor in this game, and he will have to make changes because you can't. I don't think you can start Eriksen against Aston Villa. But yeah, Maguire saves Ten Hag. A very positive performance. I'm actually happy with the result. I think I'd much rather come out with a draw than a loss. But yeah, it was absolute chaos. I don't think Martinez was good in particular. But yeah, as I said, the constant shift in momentum, the way that we're playing is really, really weird. And it's really kind of uncertain because we don't know what United we're going to get. And that is the massive worry. I'm hoping, though, there's a change. We can do better in our next games, because other than that, we will struggle if we play the way that we played. We looked better after Bruno has come off, despite going down to 10 men. But overall, I think the best part of the game was the first 20 minutes. This Villa game is probably the biggest game of Ten Hag's career, and he's gonna have to win it, with Aston Villa being fantastic in their last game against Bayern. He is gonna find it very, very difficult. But you look at large sections of that game, it just wasn't really good enough by the United standard, and Ten Hag is gonna have a lot of questions to answer on that perspective. I think if you look at the game, it was. People are saying he has to go. People are saying that it's the end of Ten Hag. The draw is embarrassing. I think it is embarrassing. I think you look at the game, Erik Ten Hag needed to do much better. It's sad. But if you look at the way that we played, like we gave away a 2-0 lead. Like, that is really, really poor. And the fact that amount of goals we conceded, again, really, really poor. I'm going to dive into it in the 5 things, but it's honestly shocking the way that we kind of capitulated. We conceded so many goals this season. Net negative goal difference, 2 points out of 6 in Europe. I can understand why people want Erik Ten Hag gone. I'm going to give him a bit more time, but like, people are saying sack him now. Like, it was a calamitous performance, and we didn't help ourselves. I think moments in midfield, decisive moments in the games, we didn't help ourselves. As I said, though, as well as the negative, there were positives. I think Rashford, Garnacho, fantastic. I think Højlund, having him back in the team, was brilliant. I didn't like the amount of shots and chances we conceded. We conceded, I think, 25 shots or something like that from Porto. Average 47% possession, 29 shots, 7 on target for Porto, 8 on target for United, but Porto scored 3, so did United. Like, United missed more big chances, and I think we did create more. We had more shots, but Porto just so many times ran through our midfield. It did look absolutely open, but this has been the match reaction. Where do we go from here? Obviously, Ten Hag will get the Villa game, and we'll be able to assess it after that. Will he still be in the job after? No idea, but we've got to kind of give him that opportunity and see what he does in that next game, because he's going to get it, and let's see what happens. Does he deserve it? Yeah, he deserves one more game. But if we do what we did today, like I said in the last game against Villa, they destroy us, because they're a team in great form at the moment and we're struggling defensively. And they will absolutely exploit us because they've got quality players. And Porto, I think they aren't a bad side, but they ain't Aston Villa. And I think that's going to be a tough game that United can't afford to make mistakes. I would look at making some changes, because I think some players were really, really poor, but we'll talk about that as we build up to the preview. But this has been the match reaction. Thanks for watching. Peace.